For years, crypto's gotten a really bad rap for its environmental impact, and maybe rightly so. But what if that whole narrative is changing? Because the green crypto revolution, well, it isn't some far-off promise. It's happening right now, which really makes you wonder, what does this new, sustainable future actually look like?
So this is really the big question, isn't it? Can blockchain technology actually transform global finance while also helping to save the planet? The answer, whatever it is going to have some huge implications for all of us, for investors, for developers, and really for anyone who cares about where tech and sustainability are headed.
All right, so how is this even possible? Well, to get it, you got to look under the hood at the fundamental tech that's driving this whole shift. So let's break down the key innovations that are literally building a more sustainable digital world.
First up, we've got to talk about Layer 2 solutions. The easiest way to think about these is like an express lane or a carpool lane built right on top of the main blockchain highway. See, instead of every single car or transaction clogging up the main road, Layer 2s bundle thousands of them together. They process them super fast off to the side and then settle it all back on the main chain in one quick single batch. This just massively cuts down the energy needed for each transaction. It's what lets us scale up without burning up the planet.
Now, building on that efficiency, the next step is a real game changer. For a long time, the goal was just to be carbon neutral, but we've blown past that. The new frontier is all about carbon negative protocols. We're talking about systems that don't just offset their footprint, they're designed from the ground up to actively pull more CO2 out of the atmosphere than they put in. It's a huge mindset shift, It's not about doing no harm anymore, it's about actively doing good.
And the third key piece of this puzzle is tokenized energy markets. This is where you really see the power of decentralization shine. These are basically platforms where anyone can buy and sell renewable energy directly with each other, peer-to-peer. Just imagine, you've got solar panels on your roof and you generate more power than you need. You could sell that extra energy directly to your neighbor down the street. No big utility company in the middle. It makes the whole market for clean power way more efficient and transparent.
So what happens when you put these three amazing innovations together? You get Layer 2s for incredible efficiency, carbon-negative protocols for a positive climate impact, and tokenized energy markets for decentralized access. When you combine them, bam, that's the recipe. That's the foundation for a Web3 that's truly sustainable.
Okay, but brilliant technology is only ever part of the story, right? For a real revolution to happen, you need people and institutions to actually get on board. And that brings us to our next crucial topic, regulation and adoption.
You can really see the fork in the road here. On one side, you have all the baggage of legacy crypto, the insane energy use, the regulatory headaches, and huge ESG concerns from big investors. But on the other side, you see the green crypto world. It's energy efficient, it's actually getting rewarded by regulators, and it checks all the boxes for ESG-focused capital. The main takeaway here is pretty clear. Being green has gone from a nice-to-have feature to an absolute must-have for survival and growth in this space.
So, we've talked about the tech and the changing regulatory winds. Now let's get into the really exciting part and look at who's actually building this stuff. It's time to meet the pioneers making this sustainable future a reality. Today.
This gives you a really good snapshot of some of the key players. You've got your foundational blockchains like Near and Algorand that are built to be energy efficient from day one, using things like proof of stake. Then you've got protocols like Toucan, which are doing the incredible work of bringing real-world carbon credits onto the blockchain so they can be traded transparently. KlimaDAO then builds right on top of that, creating a real market for those on-chain credits, which helps drive demand for carbon removal projects. And of course, holding it all together are all those emerging Layer 2s, making sure everything stays fast, cheap, and secure. See how each one plays a vital role? It's a whole ecosystem.
This is all really compelling stuff on a global scale, but what does it mean for you personally? Let's bring it down to earth and connect these big ideas to your wallet, your work, and what you actually care about. At the absolute heart of this whole movement is a super simple but incredibly powerful idea. Profit plus purpose equals a sustainable Web3. The real genius here is that we're finally aligning financial incentives with a positive environmental impact. You don't have to choose between doing well and doing good anymore. This is about building a system that can literally generate wealth while it's helping to heal the planet.
And here's the best part. Everybody gets to play a role in this. If you're an investor, this is your chance to fund the future of finance and climate tech at the same time. If you're a developer, you get to build on a foundation that's actually sustainable and future-proof. And hey, even if you're just a user, every single transaction you make becomes a small vote for a cleaner, more decentralized world. It's a really powerful shift in how we can all participate.
So look, if there is one thing to take away from all of this, let it be this. Green crypto is not just some passing trend. It is rapidly becoming the new standard for Web3. With regulators breathing down necks and big institutional investors demanding ESG compliance, sustainability is no longer optional. It is a core requirement for any serious project in this space, period.
And that brings us right here to the final question. The technology's here, the capital is flowing in, the mission is crystal clear. This sustainable future for the internet, it isn't some distant dream anymore. It's being built right now as we speak. So the only real question left is, are you in?
Green Crypto Series ends here. DePin is next. Follow now. Big things are coming.